Hey everybody, I want y'all to enjoy this amazing video I got for y'all today. A lot of great information for y'all. Don't forget to go to the description box. I got some great and amazing treats for y'all down there. And this video right here gonna have so much information that you need to know as you go into this stimulus situation. Thank y'all for joining me.
Back for your stimulus check and stimulus package update as of Wednesday, April 22nd. We're going to cover the stimulus check. We're going to cover unemployment. We're going to cover the PPP loans, and we're going to cover the upcoming stimulus package. To begin, regarding the stimulus check, I wanted to fact check the IRS in terms of how many people have received their stimulus check. I took a poll yesterday, and thank you to the 45,000 people who participated in it. It looks like about 54% of you guys that are eligible for the stimulus check have not received it. So that's pretty in line with what the IRS has been saying. There's still a lot of people experiencing or that have negative sentiments towards the whole situation. For example, one of the comments from yesterday was from Butterfingers710. Wednesday morning updates. I'm eligible, but still have yet to see a date. This is infuriating. I have a 6-year-old daughter to feed. I see how this could be frustrating, of course, but then you have people who are very happy. This is from Yoman. Yoman left a comment. Just got my stimulus check, direct deposit on April 22nd, 1 a.m. I've tried the IRS payment tool and it never worked for me. I was so over it and I didn't believe I was going to get one even though I'm eligible, but I still got my payment. Happy and proud. Hope you guys get your first payment ASAP. Keep your head up. So there's obviously mixed sentiment towards the whole situation. I hope you guys get your stimulus checks soon for the 54% of you who have not received it. For the people waiting on the stimulus checks to be mailed out to them, so the physical stimulus check, here's the expected schedule. It's based off your income. It's going to go from the people earning less income to earning more income. If you make under $20,000, you can expect it mailed out to you by May 1st. If you make $20,000 to $30,000, expect it by May 8th. If you make $30,000 to $40,000, by May 15th. And it's true, the check will have imprinted on it Economic Impact Payment, President Donald J. Trump. It's a marketing thing by President Donald Trump. It's a great marketing strategy for him because the reason why, the rationale is that people who do not keep up with the media, which there are plenty, and people who are not so smart, they literally think that this is a stimulus check from Donald Trump. And if you think that people are not that stupid, just think about how many scams there are out there. I'm sure you've had these in your inbox just saying, oh, I'm corresponding to you from Zimbabwe. I'm corresponding to you from the UK. You have an ancestor. They left you a lot of money. You just need to wire me some money first. People fall for that. This is a marketing thing, and I'm sure it's going to work on a ton of people to get votes. Regarding unemployment, you should know that there's FPUC and PUA. FPUC is the Federal Pandemic Unemployment Compensation. This is the additional $600 a week for your unemployment benefits. The PUA, the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, this is the expansion of who is covered to receive unemployment benefits. More and more states are bringing about the PUA, which is giving unemployment benefits to more groups of people, which include self-employed people, independent contractors, many of the jobs where you work for an app-based business. So you're talking Uber, Lyft, the food services, the delivery services. This includes farmers. This includes those providing care for a family member with COVID, and those unable to reach their place of employment due to an imposed quarantine. This PUA is expanding the coverage of who is covered, which groups. So it's not just you got laid off. It's many groups. Many more people fall in this category. So check your state to see if you are covered by the PUA. Regarding the PPP loan program, at least 75 companies on the stock exchanges, you're talking major companies, million-dollar, multi-million-dollar companies, billion-dollar companies, 75 of those companies were on stock exchanges. They received PPP small business loan money. Now, there's lawsuits against Chase, B of A, Wells Fargo, and U.S. Bank because they are accused of giving priority to bigger businesses in order to receive bigger processing fees. Again, the reason why I'm against that is because, that's unethical. So I'm against what they did because this was first come, first serve. And the intention was to help small businesses with less than 500 employees. You're talking about companies worth hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars. It's wrong. The additional PPP loan money has passed the Senate yesterday. It's going to be voted on in the House of Representatives tomorrow, so we should see more funding towards the PPP loan program for small businesses next week. So that's a plus. In this additional stimulus package, that's another stimulus package, but they're not calling that stimulus package 4. The technical term is phase 4. They're not even calling, this is going to be worth about $500 billion, $510 billion. They're not even calling this a stimulus package 4. They're calling this the bridge between stimulus package 3 and stimulus package 4. They're calling this stimulus package 3.1. And in this bill is, of course, the $310 billion for the PPP small business loans, which is good. $50 billion for EIDL loans, economic injury disaster loans, and $10 billion for EIDL grants. There's $75 billion for hospitals. There's $25 billion for testing. There's $2.1 billion for SBA administrative expenses. Like, what? That seems a bit much for the Small Business Administration administrative expenses. But that's what it's in the bill. Regarding the upcoming stimulus package, the plans that are gaining the most traction, or at least the most talked about, is the $2,000 monthly stimulus checks. I made a video about that yesterday. Please see that. Another idea is the cancellation of house payments and rent payments for up to 1 year. That would be a disaster to administer. We can't even get these checks out. Imagine doing this program. The way that would work is that the landlords, they would be the ones getting the relief and requesting their compensation from the government. The third idea is payroll tax waivers and subsidies. That would probably be the most easiest to administer. Why not? Just go for them all. Anyways, those are the ones that are gaining the most traction. I'm actually hearing less and less about the Heroes Fund for the essential workers, but we shall see. This is my update for today, Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in. Update as of Tuesday, April 21st. We have a lot to talk about regarding the stimulus check, especially regarding the people who are Social Security recipients receiving the stimulus check money. Again, this is a stimulus package update, so let's start with the PPP forgivable loans. As you may have read or heard, for the PPP forgivable loans, Shake Shack and Potbellies have snuck into the program with many large companies that were designed to save small businesses with less than 500 employees. They pretty much snuck into the program and took that money, which could have been used to help save other small businesses. But they got the money. This prevented many small businesses from getting their funding, which resulted in many small businesses going out of business. Great job, guys. This reminds me of the movie Titanic, which is a classic. If you remember, when the Titanic was going down, they said women and children only on the lifeboats. This is pretty much similar. The government gave a lifeboat to small businesses. And you know what Billy Zane did in the movie? He pretty much kidnapped a little girl and used her as his ticket to get on the lifeboat. That's pretty much what the big businesses like Potbellies and Shake Shack did. It was intended for small businesses. The difference between Billy Zane and these big corporations is that at least Billy Zane saved a little girl. These big companies, they took this PPP money, which was intended for small businesses, and they have laid off employees. They did not save any jobs. Again, at least Billy Zane saved the girl. These big companies did not save any jobs. Great job, guys. The way that they snuck into the PPP loan program, this was possible because lobbyists persuaded the politicians to add in certain exemptions when drafting the stimulus bill. There's politics at its finest. Regarding the additional funding for the PPP loan program, they're supposed to vote on that in the Senate today, and it's expected to be approved, and then they're expected to vote on that in the House of Representatives tomorrow. So hopefully, we're hoping for quick passage of the additional funds for the PPP loan program to help small businesses. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin said that the additional $310 billion funding to the PPP program should be sufficient to cover all the remaining small businesses. I covered this yesterday. I don't know how the math works out, but the original $349 billion was used already. It was used already in 2 weeks to fund 1.7 million businesses. 1.7 million small businesses. I don't know how $310 billion is going to cover 28 million small businesses. I don't understand how the math works out. Steven Mnuchin is not an idiot. He's a smart guy, so he's basically lying. It's just unbelievable. Moving on to unemployment, and this is important to everyone, just to give you a taste of what the state of the economy is. So if you're not on unemployment, please listen to this. This is just only 30 seconds. The state of Florida has been reported to be the slowest to process unemployment claims. The U.S. Department of Labor, their data reveals that 7 out of 8 unemployment claims in Florida have yet to receive their benefits. California and Texas have not processed 2/3 of their unemployment claims. New York has approximately 30% of their claims still pending. So it looks like New York's doing a better job, but they still have 30% of claims unprocessed. Like, this is crazy. Going to the stimulus check. If you are on Social Security benefits and you have no dependents, you don't need to do anything. You're going to receive your stimulus check money. You don't have to do anything. If you are on Social Security benefits and you have dependents, please enter in your information on the IRS web portal for the special non-filer tool to receive the additional $500 per dependent that you are claiming. Please do this by noon tomorrow, Eastern Time, Wednesday, April 22nd. If you missed the deadline, for you to claim the additional $500 per dependent, it's going to be a big hassle. You're going to have to file a tax return next year. So please log on to the IRS web portal, enter in your information to get the additional $500 per dependent. Do this by tomorrow noon Eastern Time, please. SSI and VA beneficiaries have additional time beyond tomorrow's deadline to add their dependent information because their stimulus check money will be delivered at a later date. SSI recipients will receive their stimulus check money in early May, and the VA payment schedule is yet to be determined. Over 80 million Americans have received their check last week, which is great, however, that means that approximately half the American taxpayers have not received their stimulus check, unfortunately. So it's still pending for a lot of people. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you get your stimulus check money soon. We're going to keep you up to date with all the new developments. Please subscribe. Make more passive administration and from all the politicians carrying out the stimulus package. And then I'm going to go over the FAQs with you and all the screwed up situations. My name is Brian Kim. I'm a CPA and tax practice owner. And if you notice, or if you will notice, I'm going to do this in one take, no edits, because frankly, It's a bloodbath out there, and I have individuals and small businesses to help. So if I make any errors, please forgive me. If you want your stimulus check as fast as possible, you'll need to have your 2019 tax return data on file with the IRS. The Trump administration has said you will be processed first in line. You will be their priority. If you want your stimulus check as quickly as possible, don't forget to include your banking information for direct deposits on your 2019 tax return. If you don't, then they're going to process your stimulus check by snail mail, and that's going to take such a long time. The Trump administration and Mnuchin have said that it will go significantly slower for those who need paper checks. That's a given. If you didn't provide your banking information and you want direct deposits, in order to register for direct deposit or change an account, your routing or account number for direct deposit, call the IRS customer service line at 1-800-829-1040. That phone number is the general customer hotline. You can Google it for yourself. It's easy to pull up. Therefore, if you want your stimulus check as fast as possible, make sure you file your 2019 tax return and you provide your banking information for direct deposits. If you have not filed your 2019 tax return, they're going to go off your 2018 tax return. This could be problematic for some people. If you didn't file your 2019 tax return and they're going off your 2018 tax return and they see that you are disqualified from receiving the stimulus check based off your 2018 data, when in reality, you should have qualified from your 2019 data, but you just didn't file, so they can't see it on your 2020 tax return that you're going to file in early 2021. But that's going to be not so good because you're going to have to wait one full year for you to receive and experience that benefit. So if you would rather have that money right now, then don't let this happen to you. But the thing is that you're not going to lose that benefit. You're going to experience that a year later on your 2020 tax return. You do not need taxable income to qualify for the stimulus check. As you probably heard, they reduce or completely eliminates your stimulus check money after you start exceeding certain thresholds of income. For example, if you're single and you make $75,000, then they start reducing the stimulus check amounts. $112,500 for head of household and $150,000 for married filing jointly. Those are the phase-out ranges. Here are some screwed up situations. What if your banking has changed from your 2019 tax return or from your 2018 tax return? If that's the case and you don't do anything about it, the direct deposit will get rejected and then they're going to send you a check. That's going to obviously slow down the process. So that's a problem if you want your check as quickly as possible. Again, to change your banking information, call the IRS customer service line. Please do that. Just be proactive about it. What if the address is different from your 2019 tax return? Well, if you have the direct deposit hooked up, then that's not going to be a problem. If you're getting a stimulus check, a